Hi guys, my name is Lahiru Pathmalal and I'm here for this episode of Ask Me. This is a chance to get to know me beyond the boardroom. I'm ready for the questions. Ask me. Hi guys, this segment is called Actually Me, and this is in a way to get to know me a little bit better beyond the kind of makeup I'm wearing. So it's going to be a little bit hard hitting and I'll be as honest as possible.
Hi Lahiru.
Hi.
What's your proudest career moment?
Proudest career moment? I don't think I've come to that point yet, to be very honest. It's very early on in the days. So.
What was the name of your first pet?
Had many pets. The one I can remember is Kelly. It was a German Shepherd dog.
When are you most confident?
When I'm most confident, in front of a camera, clearly.
What is your favorite cuisine?
I would say it's Thai.
And what's your favorite holiday destination in Sri Lanka?
That'll be down south. I'm there too often.
What is something you do on your off days?
I like to go for long walks, and if I'm feeling really up to it, it might turn into a run.
What is an attractive quality you find in an employee?
Confidence.
What is the best way to run a meeting?
Best way to run a meeting? Honestly, I don't know. So if you know, please let me know. I think, to be very honest, I think the best way to run a meeting is to make sure that you stick to an agenda.
What is something that annoys you?
Insecurities annoy me, mostly my own.
How did you get into the field you're in today?
Quite by chance, actually. I was in policy field before this. I've spent some time in Australia, Afghanistan, took part in a presidential campaign here, and I felt like I wanted a change in career. And that led me to starting something on my own because the real reason being I thought I was unemployable in the corporate sector. I essentially co-founded with two other people Takas.lk, which is essentially an e-commerce platform in Sri Lanka, selling electronics, primarily products to everybody. It's a technology company because we do a lot of our back-end technology as well. And one of the main reasons for starting it is generally I wanted a career move, and also I think when I moved back to Sri Lanka I was used to search for stuff online. And I just couldn't find anything online in a Sri Lankan website, and that was readily available everywhere else. So I thought, if I'm looking for something, somebody else is probably looking for something as well.
What's your favorite sport?
I think it used to be cricket, but I'm a fickle fan. So nowadays, I would imagine it's American football.
How many languages do you speak?
I speak, I think, one language well, and maybe two languages a bit iffy.
What is a movie that touched your heart?
Oh, Sleepless in Seattle. Does it every single time.
What is your superhero name?
Mr. Underpants.
If you could play a part in a movie, which movie and character would it be?
Oh, toughie. I don't know. Oh, I would like to be in a World War II movie, doing something incredibly heroic, like save 8 to 9 people and get shot in the leg while doing it.
Who is a person that you find overrated?
Wow, there are quite a few. One person who is overrated, I think politicians in Sri Lanka are overrated. I don't want to mention a single one now.
What was your favorite cartoon character when you were growing up?
Scrooge McDuck, because he used to dive into money. Still trying to do that.
What is something that you love about yourself?
I've got to be my height, because I'm so short. It has given me a sense of humor in order to make a name for myself in a crowd.
Who is your guardian angel?
I would say there are obviously many. I'm lucky enough to have many at least. But if I have to think of somebody who is very close to my heart, it has to be my wife.
What is the most fun thing you've ever done?
Given the line of work I'm in, I do fun things all the time. But I feel the most fun thing I've ever done was essentially to get into an airplane to go to Kabul. That was the most heart-thumping thing I've ever done so far.
Who is a Sri Lankan that you look up to?
Since I'm in the corporate sector, I kind of really value it. So I look up to some of the corporate giants in Sri Lanka who have created like opportunities for others to kind of follow. I think Sanjeev from WSO2 is somebody I really look up to because he built an incredible technology company which I would like to emulate. There are the likes of obviously Dhammika Pereira, Ashok from SoftLogic. I tend to have a soft spot for these guys who have built things. And I think I also look up to very powerful corporate female leaders like Otara.
What brand of perfume do you use?
interesting, anything which I get gifted really. And luckily enough, I just got gifted one after a hiatus of a few years. So,
what is something you do when you're stressed out?
I walk around in circles till the stress goes away, like this.
What is your way of being self-indulgent?
My way of self-indulgent, I have many. If I really go self-indulgent, I go to a McDonald's, have a sundae and then top it up with an apple pie.
What is something that you brought that you regretted eventually?
Almost everything I buy, I regret eventually, some faster than others. I collect art. That's an expensive habit. Usually that happens around once a week now.
What is the single most important thing you inherited from school?
Sense of fraternity, the camaraderie which you built with one another. It's not something tangible, but that's essentially it.
What is the first thing you do in the morning?
Feed my cat. It wakes me up at about 4:30 in the morning. So that's fortunately, before the cat I used to make myself a cup of coffee.
Who is your right hand?
This is my right hand. That would be my business partner and co-founder Muttasamu Saji. He's essentially with me right throughout.
Do you play any instruments?
That'll be no, but I really wanted to.
What's your morning beverage?
That'll be a coffee. I make a mean cappuccino.
Do you think you could sing us a part of your favorite song?
Sure. Backstreet Boys, Don't Love Me for Fun Girl, Let Me Be the One Girl. I obviously played this in my head quite a few times.
What is a book that influenced your thinking?
That would be The Kite Runner. And that actually led me to catching a flight and to move to Afghanistan. And I was living in Australia at the time.
In your opinion, who is a person that changed the world?
I would say it's Bruce Springsteen, because he gave a hope for a lot of us when there was none.
What's your growth strategy in business?
While we are an online space, the growth strategy has always to give an exceptional customer experience to our customers the best way we can. Because through those people, then they become essentially ambassadors of our brand.
Who is a corporate leader everyone should learn from?
Who's a corporate? I usually like self-made people, because essentially, they've really been through the ring of fire. Also personally feel that everybody should find their own groove in terms of finding those people who will inspire you. I have to pick a corporate leader personally for myself. I would say it's Mr. Dhammika Pereira, because essentially he has broken through not only let's say the monetary aspect of it, but the cultural norms which kind of hold people back as well. And I've seen how people react to him and so on and so forth. Essentially for me, the kind of corporate leader in Sri Lanka who I would like to emulate to some degree is Mr. Dhammika Pereira.
A boss should be?
Somebody who leads from the back.
What is your weakness?
Ice cream and apple pie.
What is something people don't know about you?
If I tell it, yeah, I'm an open book. Pretty much everybody knows everything about me, sadly.
If you could have done something differently, what would it be?
I think about this every morning, essentially. One thing which I can tell you guys is it's definitely easier to spend money than make money, so I wish I spent less money.
Who is your celebrity crush?
I would say a male celebrity crush is Bruce Springsteen, and the female celebrity crush is Gillian Anderson. God love her.
What is a subject that should be mandatory at school?
I think people should be given a class in integrity, because that's the first thing people tend to sacrifice in trying to get ahead in life.
What advice would you give someone who's currently at a startup?
The one key quality you should have is persistence. So never giving up and persistence.
What makes you the happiest?
Generally helping other people.
Would you rather know when you're going to die or how you're going to die?
How I'm going to die.
What is your favorite dance style?
Oh, good one. I think maybe swing jazz.
Who or what is something you draw inspiration from?
My parents now. I would never have said that earlier, but I guess that they made a lot of sacrifices and it's a damn hard job. I thought it was fun. I mean, got me into an easy kind of mode after a heavy night, so that was good. And then, in terms of maybe it could be a slightly shorter question and answer session. Other than that, it was fantastic, and I think this will lead to the other two segments which I'm supposed to do. Hi guys, this segment is called Who Am I? And these are some of the most Google questions about me. Is Lahiru Pathmalal a good boss? I think so. You know, if not, I don't think I'll be holding on to the position I would have been. Who is Lahiru Pathmalal's backbone? I think it's my, to be honest, I think it's my team, like everybody. What is Lahiru Pathmalal's role at Thakas.lk? Being a hand model, clearly. No, that isn't true, obviously. My job is obviously many. We have many caps. We are a very small team. But my primary job is essentially being a spokesperson for Thakas, making sure things get done, follow up, and raise money. I mean, we are an e-commerce company, we are a technology company. For our growth, we always raise money. So my primary responsibilities are these. What is Lahiru Pathmalal's favorite genre of music? Many, but I would say it's jazz. I'm very big on the Is Lahiru Pathmalal a psychic? I like to think so. What is Lahiru Pathmalal's vision? Good one. So this one is essentially, I want essentially Sri Lankans to value technology, and we want to build companies in technology which are valued, not just in Sri Lanka, regionally and globally. So to me, that is my main vision. When was Lahiru Pathmalal born? 1982, in the last century, and still going strong. Where was Lahiru Pathmalal born? Canadian Kingdom, the last citadel of Sri Lanka. We gave up last, but we still gave up. Who is Lahiru Pathmalal? Who knows? So currently, I am the CEO co-founder of Thakas.lk, and before this, I was in the policy field. After this, who knows? Where did Lahiru Pathmalal school? I schooled at many locations. My parents used to move around a lot, but I like to think I'm from CIS, Columbia International School. Got a bit of bad rap recently, but when I was there, it was incredible, obviously. Does Lahiru Pathmalal have siblings? I have 3 brothers. My parents were, I think, busy trying to have a girl, which is how I ended up with 3 brothers, and I'm the eldest. What is Lahiru Pathmalal's dearest possession? Dearest possession is a cat. Where is Lahiru Pathmalal's parents from? My mom's from Kandy, my dad's from Colombo. Who is Lahiru Pathmalal? Charismatic leader? Again, I like to think so. I don't know. When you're doing leadership, it helps to be somewhat charismatic, or and makes other people essentially listen to you a little bit more. Who is Lahiru Pathmalal's biggest corporate challenge? We are in e-commerce. Biggest first corporate challenge was for many years, to kind of make sure people thought e-commerce was a legitimate business. I'm happy to say that doesn't happen anymore. Now it's essentially to list Thakas.lk. What does Lahiru Pathmalal believe in the power of the team? Absolutely. Without teams, you're nowhere. I am not a believer in a one-man show. It's good to idealize people and follow their leadership traits, but without a team, there's nothing. What was Lahiru Pathmalal's first job? I used to work for a guy called Creighton Smith. I used to deliver chemicals at a lab. Fantastic years. What annoys Lahiru Pathmalal the most? Indecisiveness, because I think that's a trait which I have. Does Lahiru Pathmalal work out? The answer is no. This is honestly God-given physique, I'm telling you. Does Lahiru Pathmalal believe in fate? Less and less these days. You make your own fate. It's like the harder you work, the better job you kind of do. So yeah, there's some fate, but you make your own fate as well. What does Lahiru Pathmalal brainstorm? With my team, essentially. It helps to get feedback from people, no matter how good you think your ideas are. So I brainstorm with my key team members, make sure that we are on page, and that's what we need to do. What is Lahiru Pathmalal's driving force? I think my heart. No, actually, I think it's essentially driving force is motivation and a goal to do what we want to do in life. Can Lahiru Pathmalal speak 3 languages? I can certainly speak 2. One with difficulty. What is Lahiru Pathmalal's forte? I would say my best forte is essentially making an omelette. How long has Lahiru Pathmalal been in the business? 6 years now, 6.5 years. We started in late 2012. Still kind of going strong. Is Lahiru Pathmalal emotional? Yeah, depends on time and day, but I like to think I'm an emotional creature. But my wife thinks otherwise. Has Lahiru Pathmalal ever been bullied? Absolutely been bullied, and don't bully other people. It's horrible. I was bullied, but because of the bullying, I think I created a sense of humor because I couldn't defend myself. I was too small. I'm going to name and shame people who bullied me. I won't. I've forgiven everybody now. Who has bullied me? I mean, in school, kids get bullied. If you're small, you get bullied. If you have pimples, you get bullied. I had all of that. It's like the perfect storm. How does Lahiru Pathmalal react to stress? I think I react very well to stress. I'm in one of the most stressful environments in terms of business. I think people like me go after stress. So we get into stressful environments. That explained Kabul as well at some point. What is Lahiru Pathmalal's worst habit? Procrastination. I missed out on many things because I procrastinated. Missed out on flights, I'm sure a few dates. I mean, the list goes on. Is Lahiru Pathmalal proud? I like to think so. Everybody should be proud of what they've done in life. Sense of pride is good. But you know, you shouldn't mistake pride for being an egotistical person. That's never good. So I am proud. So that was the end of that segment. I actually had more fun doing that. And I thought maybe we should do the segment before because it gets somebody very easy in front of camera. Because guys like us, we don't do it all the time. So it was really nice. I think it was good because I really thought about myself a little bit. Sometimes you don't do that. This is the final segment and looks like we've saved the best for last. This is Never Have I Ever.
Never have I ever wanted to be one of the Kardashians.
Definitely have. Dream about it every night.
Never have I ever set mine or someone else's house on fire.
I have never thought about it though.
Never have I secretly wished I were a wizard.
A wizard? I have, totally.
Never have I ever had a nightmare about zombies chasing me.
I never have had that.
Never have I ever sung karaoke.
I have, suck at it.
Never have I ever been to a strip club.
Absolutely, that's a yes. I was going to get through myself through college, so I worked there.
Never have I ever played volleyball.
I have never, but I have watched volleyball.
Never have I ever apologized and not meant it.
All the time.
Never have I ever missed a high five.
I have never. Hold it till you get one.
Never have I ever faked being sick.
Sadly. Not at work though. Every time I was doing.
Never have I ever sung in the shower.
I have every morning, pretty much, to relax my vocal cords.
Never have I ever worn sleepwear and pretended it was clothing.
I do it all the time. I have 3 PJs. I tend to steal them from airlines as well.
Never have I ever been so scared of a horror movie that I couldn't sleep.
I have Ring. I had to go to a friend's place to sleep.
Never have I ever pretended to laugh at a joke I didn't get.
Guilty. I have.
Never have I ever won a game of Scrabble.
I have never.
Never have I ever made a duck face when taking a selfie.
Oh, you have to do it all the time. So this is my, I don't know whether you guys have watched this movie from the 1990s. It was called, what is it, Zoolander. So this is my duck face, like pouty duck face. I love it, My friends do it as well, I'm not this sad group of people.
Never have I ever thought a cartoon character was hot.
Oh, absolutely. Thundercats, Chitara, smoking.
Never have I ever reread an email immediately after sending it.
Actually, I do that all the time.
Never have I ever looked out the car's passenger seat window and imagined it was a scene from a movie.
I have never.
Never have I ever Googled my own name.
Again, after I have my coffee in the morning. I'm really waiting for my own Google page on the side. That's when you know you make it.
Never have I ever tried something I saw on Pinterest.
I have never.
Never have I ever ugly cried for no reason.
Everybody should do it at least once in their life.
Never have I ever creeped on someone I just met on social media.
Of course I haven't. Never done that, ever.
Never have I ever cheated on a lover.
Oh, I have never, because I've only had around 2 so far in my life, so not good odds.
Never have I ever bragged about my achievements.
All the time. I raise money for a business.
Never have I ever spied on a neighbor.
guilty. When I was like 6.5 though. And she was cute. She was around 6.
Never have I ever doubted my heterosexuality.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I always thought when I was growing up I would be more scot-free being a gay man, because in Sri Lanka, you know, you have tons of male friends, right? They all come for sleepovers, God forbid if it was a girl. So I thought, man, if you're gay, you can just cut to the chase. Have as many friends as you want, as many sleepovers, your parents wouldn't be none the wiser. And you know, might not even have to have kids, because you can't biologically do that.
Never have I ever done an underwater handstand.
I have never. I wanted to do.
Never have I ever stalked an ex on social media.
I have never. Too painful.
Never have I ever stuck gum under a chair.
Gum under a chair? Oh, absolutely, I have. Not the proudest moment.
Never have I ever lied to my parents about being hungover.
No, I have never.
Never have I ever been in love with a former love of my best friend.
I would say I have never.
Never have I ever played Never Have I Ever.
I never have. This is the first time.
Never have I ever made a prank call.
Absolutely.
Never have I ever forged my parents' signature.
I have never.
Never have I ever ruined someone's first dance.
I have. Not well for either party, actually, to be honest.
Never have I ever gone surfing.
I have never.
Never have I ever gotten stitches.
I have, actually. As a kid, I was running to get some hoppers, and I was blindsided by a wall. Didn't see it coming, so yeah, stitches, no hoppers.
Never have I ever accidentally sent someone to the hospital.
I have never.
Never have I ever fallen in love at first sight.
I have.
Never have I ever cried in public.
Oh, I have, again, many times, you know, emotional creature.
Never have I ever had a treehouse.
I have, thanks to my dad.
Never have I ever been on a fad diet.
That's also, yes, I have. What was my motive? You know, as a teenager, I was trying to attract the opposite sex.
Never have I ever been on a safari ride.
Oh, I have. It's one of the most fun things somebody can do, so if they haven't, they should do it.
Never have I ever been to a fashion show.
I have. Culmination of my being. Plan is to someday be in the fashion show.
Never have I ever gone scuba diving.
I have. First time is Maldives, and you know, try to do it as much as I can.
Never have I ever driven through a red light.
I have.
Never have I ever accepted a lift from a total stranger.
I have never, and nobody watching this should be doing this either.
Never have I ever tried bathing in a fountain.
I have.
Never have I ever lied in this game.
Absolutely, it's part of the game. You know, you lie a little bit, makes it interesting. So guys, looks like, you know, that is the end of the segment and end of the show. So Ask Me on High TV comes to another end with me. I really thoroughly enjoyed putting myself out there today. Thanks to the host and High TV for having me. So essentially, it's just a lot of fun. I hope you guys keep watching this TV show, and I think it relaxes people and it puts out something quite genuine. So hope you guys will have a great time, and it certainly had a great time doing this.